What's up? Just the just 350 JP in the house. I need to get a tune. I need to make a tune for my name or something like that. But hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm just cruising around. Right now that's Kinokawa River. We got a little hill. Then over there the houses, they're about the same height as the river. But anyway, what's going on out there? I want to make a video about all of the mistakes I made in Japan. Actually, I should make them about my life though, actually, but I'll just talk about Japan. So, the first mistake I made was when I was on my bike. I was driving in the parking lot. I mean, when I drive, but riding my bike in the parking lot. And there was a road right there. But I'm thinking like, nah, something told me, go ride your bike on the road. But I'm being smart, like, nah, it's cool. I just want to go through the parking lot because I'm sure no one's here, right? And so I wasn't really keen on how uneven Japan is as far as the hills, and the way they build things. So I'm riding, I hit this bump, I flip over and fall. And I fell to another level of the parking lot, maybe only like 2 feet, but it was at night. And I hit, landed on my wrist and stuff, so it kind of hurt it and things like that. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. That was like, oh my God, it was like so embarrassing and stuff like that too. And actually I had brought my bike from Hawaii, so it was a really nice cycling bike. Really very, very light. Okay, the second mistake I made was when I was riding down the street and came across these tennis courts. And there was these older women there, maybe older guys and women there playing and stuff. So I stopped and I'm watching, and for some reason I'm just standing there for like a good 10 minutes. So they came over and started talking to me, and they've spoken a little English, and I tried with the little Japanese that I knew. And it was a really good conversation too. And something told me to get their address. I mean, not their address, but their telephone numbers to keep in touch with them. Because, they was like, please come again, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool, but I didn't ask, and I think, that would, had I spoken to them, or at least, tried to trade numbers, I would have been able to really get more emerged, or something like that, EMERGED, into, not necessarily the culture, because I'm not trying to be Japanese, but, it would be nice to really understand it, and because they were older, you get to, I could have had the advantage of learning the old Japanese customs, that maybe 40, 50, 60 years, however old they were, and really got to just listen and then get to pick up Japanese a little faster. So that was like the really biggest second mistake, not the biggest, but the number. If I say 100, it'd been like the 98, 99th and stuff like that. Another mistake I made was we had a customer. It's called M's Collection, I think it is. They're still out there in Nagoya. If my first Japanese wife is still doing business, I'm sure she's still their customer because they have been her customer before we even got married. And when I came out, I met them. My Japanese was really horrible, but they were like really nice and stuff, and they liked me. The owner is one guy, and his story was he started off as one person, and he used to buy jewelry from my ex-wife and her husband, and he would actually make jewelry himself. And I guess he just got big and ended up opening up a really nice jewelry store, selling things, and they're really expensive. And he even had started a silver school too, because he was he could make them and stuff, craftsman and stuff like that. So anyway, they opened up a restaurant in not in Sakai, but somewhere near there, and they asked me to be a waiter. So I'm thinking like, I can't, because I don't speak Japanese. But they said, no, it's okay, just try. We can help you and stuff. So maybe I would have been like bringing the food to people, and I'm sure they would have, taught me the words and stuff, irashaimase, and arigatou gozaimasu, and and stuff like that, itadakimasu, not itadakimasu, well, they maybe topesu, I don't know. With itadakimasu is when you eat, like if I eat, I say it, but maybe I didn't know that word back then. Anyway, I'm sure I've read it, but I didn't. I never really heard it too. I guess I should have heard it. No, my wife, she didn't say that, so much. But anyway, so they asked me to work there. So they had told me to come up to the restaurant. So we went up to the restaurant. It was really nice. I think it was like upstairs, and I think you gotta go down some stairs to the dining area, the eating area, and stuff like that. And it was really high class. I mean, they spent some money on that. He spent some money on that. They had professional chefs and stuff in there. We talked a little bit, but I was actually, I did want to do it, but I just was just acting shy for no reason, But in the back of my head, something said, do it, because of the exposure to people you get to meet, plus a little extra money. Not that I needed it, but still, it would have been really cool to do that. So we went there to eat once and stuff, but like I said, we always went there to his silver store anyway for business. So that was another mistake I had made. I made something I can't. Now they're just slipping. Oh, so one mistake I made was introducing I had a girlfriend. She was bad. I mean, she was like maybe a 8 or 9, and she was tall, nice build and everything, nice thick lips, and we were dating. She was like totally in love with me, and so for some reason I just doing stupid stuff. So I had went into one of my friend's bars, and she was there with me, and he was actually messing with her friend, and because she always went to his bar, and so it was a really popular bar back then. And so I ended up taking her home. Nothing didn't happen, but when I brought my friend in, I told her to go in first. My girlfriend, I told her to go in first, and then I walked in because the guys in there, brothers and stuff, they're like haters and stuff. The guy that owned it, he was African, and they're kind of like haters and stuff. And someone from LA, out in South Central LA, Inglewood area. And so she walked in, no one's talking to her. I walked in and I'm talking to them, and then I started speaking to her, and then they were like, oh, you can't speak to her and stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't speak to her. She just came in here. Don't bother her and everything, because they scheming. Because she went in there like 3 minutes before me, and they scheming on how to talk to her and stuff. I'm telling you, she was just that bad. And so I was like, this is my girlfriend. And they're like, hey, ain't your girlfriend, because, I guess I was just too black for him or whatever. And so I walked over and said, how you doing? She said, fine. I kissed her right on the lips, and the guys just like started doing backflips and all kinds of stuff. They were like, oh my God, they couldn't believe it. And so I took her there again, because me and the guy, we were like real cool friends and stuff. And so we were driving in a car, and he had this extra apartment, so he used to have parties over there. He wanted me to share it with him, but I wasn't used to that, because now I tell guys, now I understand when I say, if you get married, always get you a secret place, a house, a hideaway, so you can have your own privacy and stuff, because your wife will trip. And he had a party and stuff, and so I brought her there. No, I didn't bring her there. What happened, we were all at his place, and we closed. He closed. So me, him, and her were in the car. She was in the front. I was driving her car, and he was in the back. And he was like really all into her, And he was like, "This really your girlfriend?" I said, "Yeah, but if you want her, you can have her." The next thing you know, they ended up dating. Me and her kept seeing each other. But the last time I saw her, she was pregnant by him, and I was like, my God, And I was like, oh, what did I do? I was so stupid. And I think, they ended up, being together. And I think they're still together. So I guess it's good for them, because that was like, ooh, man, like maybe 20 years ago. 20 to 21 years ago. So they're still together. So I guess for him, it really worked out and stuff, because he was real cool. But she was like bad, so that was another mistake I made. I think. So anyway, I was somewhere. I can't remember where I was at, and it was in Nagoya, and I had met some lady there. But actually, she was young, maybe like 24, 25 or something like that. And I was like 30, 31 or 32 or 33 or something like that. I'm saying young, like I'm 50 something. Anyway, I was somewhere and I think it was at a bar and grill, Sunset Bar and Grill, Santa Barbara I think it's called. And I was there, she was just staring at me and staring. I'm like, okay, so I walk over and talk to her. She was bad. Her teeth was one little thing was wrong, but other than that, she was like a 10. I mean, she was bad. I'm telling you, Goya in those days had some bad women. Oh my God. And I heard Fukuoka. I'm off the track, I know. But I heard Fukuoka even had better women, And so, what happened was, we started talking and stuff, and we traded numbers and stuff. And I used to call a lot of women, but they would never call back. And I used to get these $300 telephone bills every month, so I just stopped calling people. So I didn't call her. And she called me one day and was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm just chilling and stuff," because she spoke a little English. And she said, "Let's go out to eat." So I'm like, okay. So we went out to eat, and she took me to some what's that stuff called? Yakitori place. It was supposed to be really famous. So we sitting there eating, and I'm trying to talk, but my Japanese is really bad. So she does a lot of talking. And I kind of felt bad because I couldn't help her entertain us. And then after that, we were like going to different places. So one day she came. We had met across the street from the Hilton Hotel, and we were in my car and stuff. Not this car, but I had a Honda Vigor out there. In America, it would be the Infinity, and Infinity Vigor or something like that. And what happened was we was in a car, and she had on these white jeans that was just like pressed all up against her body and stuff. And so we just sitting there, and she touched me, so we started kissing like right there at park. And there was a guy parking next to us facing the opposite direction and stuff. And so we're in the kissing and stuff, and he just looking because out here, if they see you doing it, they'll just look. And so she was a little nervous and stuff. She wasn't really nervous, but I mean, had we not stopped, it probably went a little bit further, because actually people do that stuff in the car, and they don't care where they at, because people out here, they usually don't say anything, and the police don't bother you and stuff. So what happened was we had went out to Yodagawa River or something like that. It's near Mieken and Aichiken border. And so we're just sitting there, by the river, just talking and stuff. And then she says to me, "Let's go to a hotel." And so I'm thinking to myself, okay, but it was like kind of far out, and I was figuring it would cost $100, and I didn't really, not that I didn't have the money, but I just didn't want to, because for me, if a girl asks for sex, it's almost like a turnoff. So I was thinking, like, I don't really want to spend the money and everything, so we didn't do anything. I think after that we had met like a couple more times. I actually did go in her house. It was a mess though, but she had money. But take a shower and stuff. But after that, we didn't go out saying, "No, it's okay," which was actually she was going to pay, but I wasn't hip to that, because nobody didn't tell me about that part of the game until after I was here for 2 years, and it was a white guy that told me. And so I guess I kind of like turned her down. So I guess after that we just gradually stopped meeting, but that was a mistake. But she was so fine. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I'm not lying. I used to date a lot of fine women out here in Japan. I mean, up in Nagoya anyway. It was like, wow, But anyway, I'll stop there, and I'll make another part later. Peace.